Hello and welcome to Diaries. We are in the last section of bringing in the good, and we are going to talk about the next topic and bringing in the good. Okay, this is a goodie. So I love some of these philosophical topics I really enjoyed thinking about.
Yeah, me
So,
too.
can good energy exist in the presence of anger or grief or fear?
Hmm.
Yes, absolutely, they can. And so, like, this idea that, like, you have to have some sort of emotional purity inside you to bring in, like, the good is it's more than a misunderstanding. It's like not a truth. It's not true at all. So, not only that, but like, we're going to talk about these, like, we're going to break this down. So, again, I want to like dismantle that good is not always the same as pleasant either. So maybe some of these things might not be pleasant, but you can still have goodness even though you're maybe even in the midst of these. And the thing of it is that I feel like when these feelings get like where they're negative is when they're controlling you in a way that like they're extreme. So, or you have too little of them when you need them. That could be negative too. Like if you should be angry and you're not angry, that's a problem. That's not good. Or if you should be afraid and you're not afraid, that's a problem. Or if you're too afraid and have anxiety all the time, it's like the either the lack of these emotions, too little or too much of them can be like not good. But having these like having these feelings is a like that's a normal part of being human. And it's also like I found that a really interesting thing about that like builds self-esteem and really brings in the good is this ability to self-soothe. And if you struggle with self-soothing, I completely understand. I've been there all the time. And very recently I have like um learned. It's really a learned skill. So don't feel like you're like out, you're just like screwed because you can't self soothe. Like you absolutely can. And I want to give you hope that you can. Um, and there's a way to learn how to self soothe. I should make it a video because like it's definitely a learned technique. And anyway, so but when you can't self soothe, when you're in grief or anger or fear or whatever, then that's can be negative as well. If you're just stuck in like some extreme negative emotion, that's not good. Okay. It's not good for you. You know it in your heart. It's like intuitively you don't feel good. It's not good. So, we're going to talk about these and break them down. So, can anger be good energy? Damn straight it can be good energy.
Yeah.
Okay, so damn straight. So anger often is like characterized negatively, okay? And I felt the negative presence of anger before, for sure. But I can tell you how motivating and how it can get you out of poor me feelings. Like anger can like move you into action that you need to be doing. Like it can be really motivating and it can clarify your boundaries. Like, what are you not willing to tolerate anymore? And when, like, getting angry about something that you should be angry about can be the best. It can be so good. Like, you're finally arrived at a place where you're creating these necessary boundaries. You could feel safe again. It creates safety. Like if you can get angry about things you need to get angry about and create boundaries, you can feel safe. And like just like the anger can protect what matters. So you can protect yourself, your loved ones. Anyway. So also righteous anger can be sacred. And so I want to honor that because like there are things in this world to be angry about, and especially right now. And you know what? Like remaining uninvolved is maybe not good. It's good to be angry about things that we should be angry about. And when we are angry about those things that we should be angry about, and it's called righteous anger. and it can be a sacred thing. And you know who sometimes talks about like this kind of thing is Starhawk, has like some books that
Mhm.
like talk about like using, and I don't know if she talks about necessarily righteous anger being sacred, but she like there's instances where it spurs you to action, like we're being mistreated or being like can spur you into like doing things that are sacred and are like changing for even not just even you but other people. So sticking up for other people and can be righteous anger, and it can be sacred for you to do that. So now let's go move on to grief. And again, I know grief. I know grief. I know grief. That's all I have to say. I know grief. And I've been stuck in grief like for a long, long time. And grief comes and goes. It's not static. Like, it's not like, I mean, I feel like I finally, after like, I had a friend pass away, and it took me years and years to not grieve every day. I got out of a marriage, and it took me so long to get over the grief of the loss of our family. Like, so I understand grief. So, but can grief act as good energy? Like, can it be good? Because it felt like shit, let me tell you. Grief can feel shitty. But I'm here to tell you that grief is evidence of love. Okay? So we can reframe grief. And that's what I finally did. Like it's like it shows your heart's capacity to love, like to the extent that you grieve. And so if you are like grieving hard, like you are a lover, baby doll. You're a lover, and that's so good. Okay, it's evidence of connection. It's evidence that you are tied to somebody so deeply. And so that's like so sweet and good that you can be connected like that and that you can feel like that. It's evidence of depth. Like really, some people aren't deep enough to grieve. They're like shallow sons of bitches. But if you're feeling grief, grief can be like good because it's evidence of all these things. That these things were real and that you felt love and connection and depth, and you still do. So, also, this is the biggest one, is that grief refuses the erasure of another person. And when I love that, because when my friend passed away, like I never want her out. I never want her out of my memory. And it's like what like grieving her, it refuses to like make her like go away. Like it refuses. I still have her like her pictures come up every day because I don't want to like I don't want her erased from my memory of my life and who I am. So there you go. Now I'm feeling I'm
Oh,
messed up. Okay. But still good. It's a good
yeah.
love.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now fear. Fear is a weird one because like I don't know. Fears can be like I hear like these are like negative emotions, right? So can fear ever be good energy? Like yes, let me tell you, fear can sharpen your perception. It can increase your awareness of what's around you. And if you feel like something in your heart, if you get an intuition to be afraid, like look around. Like, and you know who, like, I even think like animals sometimes feel like this fear before we do. Like, sometimes, like, animals can feel this intuitive sense that something crazy. I watched these videos today on Instagram about these animals rescuing people like right in the nick of time,
Mm-hmm.
and it was so like amazing that they like somehow like these dogs knew that the car was going to crash into them like 10 seconds before, or like it was just, anyway, it can increase your awareness, and fear can keep you alive, so that's good. Like having a healthy fear of things that you should be afraid of, like can keep you alive. And I'm not a risk taker, so I have a healthy fear. And you know what? By the way, that's genetic. Like whether
Mhm.
how your level of risk taking, it has a very genetic component to it. So if you don't have a healthy fear of things, go blame your mom. Just kidding. Or your dad. Go blame your parents. I'm
Yeah.
just teasing about that. Don't go blaming anybody. But it's really true. Like I'm not a
Mm.
risk taker, and like neither is my mother. And so I can just see her inside of me when I'm not risk taking. Like I have a healthy fear. No, I can't do that. No, I don't want to do that. Anyway, so fear can point us in the direction that needs care. So that's a good thing too. Like whatever you're fearful of, you can turn that fear around and say, like, look at it. Like, what am I afraid of? Like, what is this fear telling me that I need to take care of? So you need to take care of something. So, I don't know. I have like I'm not really good at like social interactions, and they like kind of I don't know if it's fear, but it kind of makes me sick. And so like I probably need to take care of that, whether I need to just be mindful of that or like do extra self-care before or whatever. Anyway, so that is that. Can good energy exist in the presence of grief, anger, and fear? Yes, it can. For sure, it can.
Mhm.
And even when you're enwrapped in that energy, it still can be good. So that's my 2 cents. So, what do you think about that?
I agree. I think that I mean, like, this isn't the good that we want to be bringing in necessarily, but I think, yeah, I agree. All of these things can be good because they're all tied to self-preservation or connection or, um, yeah, and that can be good. I think that these things are like, it's almost like a threshold that we have to cross before we can get to like the bringing in the good, you know? Like, um, yeah, I agree. I think that these are all they're like good for us to experience. Like you said, you don't want them in excess, you know, but they these emotions that often get tied to like negative emotions, they tell us that we're survive and that we're feeling and that we're connected to something larger than ourselves and that we can survive.
And I think the this idea of if you can get to the point where you're saying like I feel these emotions and I'm embracing them, or and also that like these are normal human emotions. Like
Hmm.
that like can open a doorway for good and for healing and for
Yeah.
feeling better even in the midst of this thing happening.
Yeah.
Just really like I love it when I can say like this is what humans do. Like
Mm.
I'm stopping pathologizing myself or pathologizing like my actions or looking at my actions in a negative way, and just these are things that humans do. Humans
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
tell other people when
Yeah.
they're feeling bad, and
Hmm.
somebody getting angry about that is like
Hmm.
like again like
Yeah.
we're just human, so
Yeah. I
we're
agree.
just
I agree.
so
I
anyways,
agree.
that's a little talk about that. And I hope you enjoyed it. And like and follow below. And we will see you at the next Ditch Witch Diaries.